Implementing strength training exercise into your program is a great first step to improve your force production and have a positive effect on the power you're able to generate. The next step is to be able to produce that force in short periods of time. And the reason being, if I give you an example here and try and paint a picture in your head, is that when you're jumping, running, changing direction, striking a ball or throwing, imagine that all of those things are done in a short period of time. So there's only a certain amount of time that your foot is in contact with the floor before you jump, before you step or change direction. That is the time that you have to generate the force in, and there is obviously a time constraint on that. So we need to increase the level of force that you can generate in that short period of time. To give you a visual example of this, we can see the force time curve of two different athletes here. So we can see we have athlete A and athlete B. And we can see that this force, the level of force here that athlete A can generate, is much higher than what athlete B can generate. But when we put a time constraint on that, things will start to change slightly. So at 1 second, athlete A is still the stronger athlete. But our sporting movements and the vast majority of the sports skills that we want to improve our power output in are performed in less than a quarter of a second. So if we put in 0.25 in there, so a quarter of a second, and we have a look at what force they can generate in this, the picture changes. So we can clearly see that athlete B is able to produce more force under a time constraint. So the time constraint that's going to be present in the sporting skills, athlete B out of these two athletes is going to be able to produce more force in that short period of time, so it's going to be more explosive and more effective in those sports skills. That's exactly what we want to be when we're out on the pitch, more effective and more explosive. Olympic lift variations are great here, as are any explosive barbell exercises, box jump variations and single-legged exercises as well. The key for all of these exercises is to focus on being as explosive as possible, generating as much force as you can in a short period of time. Now these explosive exercises are going to be great, but the next step is to think about how we can make sure that we take these explosive exercises in the gym and make them as transferable as possible into the sports skills that we want to develop. That's the next step, and that's what I'll be covering in the next video.